to another episode of Whiskey and We. I'm your host, Terry, and I hope y'all are feeling fantastic this week. Another week down, another week alive. So, yeah, we are here. Announcements. I mentioned last week that Whiskey and We will be taking a break starting July 5th to the 19th. So, this episode will be the last episode for a few weeks, and then I'll be returning on the 26th. I got a lot going on, y'all. Got a lot happening in July. A lot of moving, a lot of repositioning. Like I said, career changes and everything. So I have to take a step back to focus on one thing at a time to get, priorities straight and everything. So that way I can not become overwhelmed and I become stressed out, because I'm all about mental health and physical health and everything. So it's just going to be a lot. But I'll be back before you know it, and we'll be back on the roll. So, yeah, we can jump into What's the Whiskey Friend? So what's the whiskey friend this week? It's going to be similar a little bit to last week. Not too much pop culture. Trying to just detox a little bit from all the gossip and all the shits that be going on in celebrity news and everything. So, first and foremost, happy Pride. Man, we are approaching the weekend, the big weekend, where shit's about to go down. The World Pride this weekend coming up. I read it's supposed to be like almost 6 million people. Man, it's going to be so crowded. Fortunately, I won't be participating in Pride. I just have so much going on, and I'm starting a new career on Monday, the Monday right after the Pride weekend. So I just want to make sure that my body and my mind is just good, and the partying and the intoxication won't necessarily help me. So I had to make a grown-up decision and decline, the invites and everything from friends, from promoters. I apologize, but I have to put my focus on more priority and important things, obviously. So I will not be in participation. I'm going to have to sit this one out, but I know it's going to be a blast. Everybody's going to have a good time. There's so many parties going on. I mean, so many. Like, I try to squeeze in wherever y'all can. But yeah, there's a lot going on, like nonstop, all these different parties. And I don't think anybody's going to sleep this weekend. I mean, we have friends flying in. It's about to be lit. It's about to be a lit weekend. So you guys just stay safe. Have a good time. Like I said, be around your people. Don't be strolling off, and don't be taking too many drinks from people you don't know. So it's going to be good, though. Happy Pride to everybody. It's the final weekend, and then we rolling into July and July 4th and just enjoying the rest of the summer. So moving on. I guess I can touch a little bit on the BET Awards. And when I say a little bit, just the two performances that I watched, and that's it. I mean, I just haven't had interest in the BET Awards for a minute. And to be quite honest, the last time I remember, watching the BET Awards in full is when Beyonce performed Get Me Bodied. And that had to have been like 2006, 2007. I don't even know. I just remember watching that performance when she brought out Solange, Kelly, and Michelle. That was like over 10 years ago. I have not really watched the BET Awards. It's not my cup of tea. Or should I say it's not my cup of whiskey. I just never really got into it. I never really got into even the red carpets and everything. So now I'll just catch a few performances here and there, but I'll never sit and watch the whole award show from beginning to end. So I didn't really get into it this year. Honestly, I didn't even know it was happening, if you ask me, until I started seeing posts of the red carpet and everything. So whoops. But I did manage to catch two performances, of course. One was the Cardi B and Offset performance, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. I watched it twice in a row. It was good. I really loved Cardi's stage presence. I think with her mannerisms and her professionalism outside of like her performing, she needs to be polished a little bit more, obviously. But her performance was good. I thought it was well thought of. And then she dropped the video for the song Press, which I caught this week as well. And it was good. Like it was very it was controversial, and it's something that'll definitely get people talking. But I like that she's doing a little bit more, giving a little bit more character, giving a little bit more like choreography. I think her type of rap and the way she sounds, she can mix it up a little bit because her rap and her tone kind of always falls on the same beat, like dun 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 dun. It's kind of something like that all the time. So I'm kind of already knowing what to expect when I hear Cardi B. If she can switch it up a little bit, provide a different flow, then that'll shake up the game a little bit. But I mean, nonetheless, she's doing her thing, and I thought the BET performance was good. Like I said, the production was really good, and they did their thing. Offset was dancing. I mean, I didn't expect to see any choreography from the both of them, and Offset was doing his little moves that he was known for when he was a kid, and Cardi came out, dominated the stage. I love the confidence and everything. So kudos to them. But speaking of confidence, the other performance that I saw that really was my favorite was Lizzo, and she was. I was hesitant on getting into her album. I heard like the song Tempo she came out with Missy, and I'm like, okay, it got a good beat. It's very Missy. It's a good summer song. Then I started to hear her other song that she performed, Truth Hurts, before the actual performance. And I was like, okay, I'm really liking the song. I'm liking the voice, and I'm loving the confidence behind her. But when she performed, like, she got Rihanna on her feet clapping. When she brought out that damn flute and started hitting it, I was for it. I was for all of that. That whole performance that I watched like at least 5 times in a row. I was like, damn, like this was a entertaining bomb ass performance. So big round of applause to the plus size, beautiful woman up there dominating it and showing anyone that it don't matter what your weight is or whatever, like if you got that confidence and that passion, you can keep up and you can work and push just as harder as anyone else on that stage. So she did her thing and she sounded great and she looked great. So those were the only two performances that I caught, and after that I was like, okay, I'm full. That's it. I didn't really get to see the I guess the Nipsey Hussle goodbye, like his family up there. I didn't. Who else performed? I don't even know. Like I didn't. I think her performed, and I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I do really like her, and I think that her music is just such a different generation of music. Like she is. Every time I listen to her music, it's just like it seems like she has an old soul, and this generation doesn't really fully appreciate her type of music. But I didn't get a chance to catch her performance, so I'll have to circle back around that. But yeah, that was it. Just the two, and I was like, that's it. I'm good. I got my fill, and I'll keep it moving. So with that, we can move on just to the next little topic, which is me going to the grocery store now, stocking up on my Wheaties because Serena Williams has now been planted on the Wheaties box. And I've never had Wheaties in my life, but now I'm about to go to Costco and buy it in bulk. Big congratulations. Like, I don't know why this just makes me so happy to see Serena Williams like on the box. It could be obviously because, it's Serena Williams herself, and who doesn't love Serena Williams? She is the second black woman to be planted on the Wheaties box. I think the first was in 2001. It was a tennis player, Althea Gibson, who was on the box, and now Serena is the second black woman to be honored to be on the box. So oh man, it makes me feel so good. Like I'm just so happy for her. Like she is, I don't know, I feel like I am a proud brother or nephew or family member, and I'm just like, yes. And then the picture is just such an iconic picture. Just her in that white dress, color blocking, the colors chosen just works. It works with that orange, and it makes her stand out even more. Obviously, her melanin skin looks great with bright colors like orange and white. So she just shines on that box. She radiates, it looks good. And I'm going to be out first thing today at, some store. I'll go to Costco later because I got to find my Costco card or something. But I can go to a stop and shop or some shit and grab me a few boxes and bulk up on my Wheaties because I'm in support of this. So if you guys haven't seen the picture, definitely check it out. I'll be posting it to the IG later on with this episode. So, yes, all for it. Round of applause. So, next, I'm going to cut it with the pop culture right there. I think that's enough. It's a little bit, but not too much, just to not drain y'all energy on the crazy shit that's going on. Hope you guys have checked out the, Democratic debate. I won't really dive into that yet this week, so I'm letting people kind of absorb it for people who haven't seen it yet. Still check it out. It was a little crazy, but you guys definitely make sure you check that out at some point. Get your updates and everything on it, but I won't be covering that. What I do want to cover, though, stepping away from the pop culture, I want to cover something a little bit more personal. So a lot of people ask me, like when I meet people in my daily life, when I go to work, or just in groups and everything, a lot of people always commend me on bringing such a positive, optimistic look at life, no matter how shitty a situation can be or a challenge can be, how I manage to overlook it and always look at it the bright side and how I approach life in my day to day. So a few people have asked me to actually go over my morning routine, which is very different for me. But I found it to be very interesting because I have gained inspiration from listening to how other successful people commit to their day, what they do from the minute they wake up to how they get it going. And I've kind of taken a lot of motivation from things that they do and incorporated it into my lifestyle and my way of living. So yeah, a few people have asked me, like, what does my morning routine look like? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go over what I do on a daily basis to get me ready for the day, to keep me positive, to keep me going and optimistic. And hopefully this can inspire and motivate other people if you're not doing it to maybe try it. It's not, our morning routines, everybody's different. Some things are just not for everybody, but it never hurts to hear it out and try it and see if it works for you. So the first thing that I do is waking up. I wake up at 4:30 to 5 a.m. in the morning. And this is something that a lot of people have like looked at me and was like, wow, I don't know how you do it. And the crazy thing is I never used to be a morning person. I used to hate waking up in the morning. I used to like to sleep in. And it was just such a daunting task to wake up in the morning. I think the main thing is that you have to commit. If you put enough discipline into it, then you can eventually turn it into a habit. And that's what happened with me. I committed to it so much and I was just so disciplined in it that it eventually became second nature. Like it just, I don't see myself sleeping in. I like to wake up as early as I can because I feel like, that whole saying, early bird gets the worm. I feel like while everyone is sleeping, you have more of an opportunity to get things done, especially your passions. Because when we wake up around the same time everyone else wakes up, you're kind of in the motion of the daily life. Getting up, hurry up, taking a shower, drinking coffee, and heading out to work. But me waking up, me committing to waking up at 4:30, I'm able to kind of get the things that I need to get done while everyone is still asleep and work on like special hobbies, even if time permits to that. So I wake up at 4:30 to 5. First thing I do is, I mentioned before, say thank you for the day. Before I even like get out of bed, say thank you for the day. And, thanks for being alive and I'm ready to tackle on the day. The second thing I'll do is I will make the bed because I believe strongly in, a lot of successful people will say that it's not, it sets the tone for the day. Like, it gets things going. It sets the objective of getting you motivated to get things done. And it starts with just the littlest thing, such as making the bed. So I make the bed every single day. I use the restroom. I'm not going to go in detail like a goddamn Facebook post, but I want to cover the highlight things that may work for people. Like, I still feel groggy, so I try to shock my body. I'll go to the bathroom. I will splash cold water on my face. Some people I've read, they jump into a cold shower. I tried that, and I'm not there yet. I mean, honestly, I really tried, and to me, it just felt like torture. And at that point, I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here and torture myself. It's a level of suffering that comes with that until you get used to it. And I will just add it to the bucket list in the future. If I, go to the icy mountains or something and I have to jump into a pool of ice water, that'll be a bucket list thing. But as far as waking up every morning, jumping into a cold shower or a cold bath, I'm not there yet. So I just keep it very minimal, and I splash cold water on my face several times to wake me up, to shock me to that extent and get me going. Then I'll down some cold water. You want to cleanse yourself. Some people do lemon water. I tried that. I don't think lemon water is necessarily good if you do it every day. I feel like the acid will not only mess up like the enamel on your teeth, but I think it just doesn't sound like something you should do every day. It's good for cleansing, but for the acid to consume every morning may not be the best even for your stomach. So I keep it minimal again. I drink cold water, kind of get things going, flush things out, any toxins, get my organs ready. Next, what I do, I start my regimen for my workout. I do my pre-workout and then I head to the gym. So I'm at the gym, which includes a little bit of cardio and then every other day, just upper body weightlifting, lower body weightlifting, which I started doing now because my age is showing physically, is I started doing abs. Now, let me tell y'all, don't think that age won't catch up on you if you young. I even have another friend when I first met her, she was like, I'm slim, I can eat whatever I want. And literally within the 3 years of knowing her, her button's got to be undone because she's so used to that appetite and not hitting the gym enough because her metabolism was so quick. I've always had a fast metabolism and I've always been hated for that. But now that I'm like reaching an age, I'm seeing it more in my gut because I never did abs. I was like, I never have to do abs. I have a slim waist. I don't have abs, but it's flat. So I never have to worry about a belly. I'm trying to do weight gaining, and with that comes eating a lot of carbs. That shit is sticking on my belly. And under the belly button, that's the hardest shit to get rid of. Like, man, I could do arms any day. I could do legs. I could do glutes. Trying to do abs is the tough one for me. So that's been a challenge, but I have incorporated abs, a 10-minute workout as of now, into my daily workouts. So I incorporate abs, get that going. You gotta do it. Like, you can't complain about wanting to lose weight or wanting to get abs or wanting to get a bigger ass if you're not gonna commit through the hard time of doing the workout. So you gotta commit to it. Like, you gotta put in the pain to get the results. So do my whole workout. Then after that, I have my shake. And my shake, to get me going, because sometimes I'll cook, sometimes I may not have time to cook. So I try to get as much nutrients as I can in a shake. So I'll do a protein shake with, I just started adding spinach to it, banana, frozen fruit, oatmeal, peanut butter, almond milk. It doesn't taste too bad because all the fruits overpower the spinach. So I'm able to at least enjoy the shake while still getting the right nutrients of it. With that, with a little bit more time left to spare, depending on how the workout went, this is where I start to kind of ground myself before I actually leave the house. So I'll try to journal in the morning. I'm not committed to journaling every day because time sometimes you gotta get going. So I'll try to journal in the morning or at night, to kind of just get my thoughts on paper, to kind of write either what I'm grateful for or how the day went or what I want to work on or something like that. One thing I definitely try to commit to is the meditation portion, be it 5 minutes, be it 10 minutes, 15, whatever. I think it's good to try to clear your mind, get your mind ready for what the day is about to bring, especially if you're living in a city like New York, or just a high volume, high energy, high foot traffic city, because you're going to be dealing with everybody's energy. For me being an empath, I get exhausted very easily just from talking to a lot of people, from being around a lot of people, because I just absorb so much of their vibes and everything that it can drain me. So I try to monitor that through meditation. And every morning, I sit down and I do my meditation and I just focus on my breathing, and the thoughts come and go. And yeah, I feel a little bit more calmer and more leveled when I come out of it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be long. You don't have to sit there. When I first started doing meditation, I thought I had to sit here for like hours, like a monk in the mountains. But there's different levels of meditation, and even 5 minutes just to kind of center myself worked for me. So yeah, do my meditation, get up, shit, shower, shave, do all that stuff I gotta do. Then I'm out the door. And on my way to work, if I am driving or if I am on the bus, I'm always tuning into educational videos or audible books. I'll listen to TED Talks. I'll listen to other types of podcasts just to gain more insight, gain more knowledge on stuff, on maybe, self development, working on myself, or just in general about life, of how to see things from a different perspective. So I'm always I'm at that age now where I am like so hungry for all this knowledge, and I feel like I don't have enough time to commit to it. Like, I'm trying to read all these multiple books at one time. I bought like at least 5 books in the past 3 days because I'm trying to just, get make sure my passion is going, make sure I'm continuously inspired. So definitely never stop learning. Like, always want to learn, always want to grow, never feel like you know everything, because you look like a dumbass when you do, and you just limit yourself on your potential and how much more you could be. So yeah, I'm always listening to audiobook, reading articles on LinkedIn, trying to enhance skills in my profession, in my mind, in my body. So that's usually what my commute looks like, going to work and coming home from work. Every now and then when I'm like, okay, I'm tired, I'll put on some twerk music while I'm driving or something. And or if I'm walking in the streets of Manhattan, feeling like a bad bitch walking on the pavement or something, because I'm sure I've seen it so many times. There's a lot of New Yorkers where you can tell, okay, I don't know what you're listening to, but keep it up, because it's got you feeling some kind of way, and I love it. So yeah, that's my commute. Get to work, the life and stress of work. I always try to set reminders on my phone to remind me to count my blessings. I'm sure by me talking about this, I'm gonna hear myself after and be like, damn, who the fuck did I think I was? I thought, who am I walking around with this free spirit Buddhist type of mentality? Like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be bad days. Trust me, I had trigger moments. I had bad days. I think I just have acknowledged that I come too far to allow any setbacks to get in the way. If I have a bad day or someone crosses me, I feel that emotion. And sometimes you may have to check a person. You may have to check it. But for me, I'm never going to let it get to a point where I feel like I have to whoop your ass, or it's going to affect the rest of my day. I think I come to that point where I'm like, look, I am in control of my emotions, and I choose positivity over negative, because it's only attracting more positivity, more good things that, I eventually forget about the bad stuff that happened, and I move on and I continue my great day. So I'm not going to sit here and say my day is very much kumbaya, but these are the things that I do to make sure my day is going as smoothly and as great as possible. I'm really on that edge of cliff in my life where I'm ready to jump and just be like, wow, I'm just ready to really live life to the fullest and just not be in such a simple day-to-day habit where it's just like, I mentioned last episode, go wake up, gym, go to work, come home, sleep, repeat, and stuff like that. I'm really on that edge of like, I want to just live life and experience it. Not even live life, but I just want to experience life. So I'm just training myself to be a little bit more aware of what's happening in front of me, what's happening in my day to day, instead of like thinking all the time of what's going to happen in the future, what's happened in the past, or just daydreaming because I'm a big daydreamer. So yeah, but I've had bad days too. I've had days where I woken up, Wednesday, I'm like, I'm tired. My body hurts, my leg hurts. I'm staying in bed. I'm not going to the gym. I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna rest because I like to listen to my body too. And I try to distinguish between procrastination and actually listening to my body to make sure it's not mixed and I'm not confused. But there have been times with work where I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like doing it today. I'm tired. I'm just gonna take the day off. And it's not that I'm sick or anything. It's just that I need a day just to rest and not do anything. And usually that's how my weekends turn out. That's why I need to get out more, because I've fallen into the habit of just looking forward to the weekends to just rest and do nothing. But I still need to keep those relationships going and those experiences, creating them with people I love and I enjoy. So yeah, that's about like it. When I get home, I try to get into more reading. I try to jump into more passion hobbies if I wasn't able to get into it in the morning. So that's, the graphic design I'm doing, or I guess journaling down inspirations of things that I want to take on or new tasks. And then with closing the day, always pray before I go to bed. Always pray and give thanks for how great the day has been, the good and the bad, and what I want to work on, maybe something I didn't get to do today, or something that triggered me, and how can I improve the next day. We have 24 hours in a day, and if you don't get it right within that 24 hours, the good thing is that you have another 24 hours the next day. But don't wait too long, because time is that one thing we don't get back. So you definitely want to take advantage of your time, especially while you're young. Do these things while you're young, those passions and those hobbies and everything. Don't wait till you get old where you can't travel the world now because of health issues or something. So yeah, going back, say my prayers, and then I close off the night with like some adult cartoons, American Dad, Family Guy, just to kind of take my mind away from reality and just be like kind of an adult kid and just relax. And that shit puts me to sleep every night. It is a ritual. I feel almost weird if I don't have American Dad or Family Guy or Futurama or some shit on. So yeah, that's my whole day. And I think it's very cool to have people that are interested in knowing what my morning routine looks like. How do I get my day started? And I'm hoping with like kind of going down the list, it's not in too much detail, I hope, but enough to kind of get people to try new things, be it if you never journaled before and you look into and you want to try it, or even all the way down to the type of shake that I'm making. I know a lot of people that love to try shakes and juicing and everything, all the way down to what my workout looks like. So I thought it was I'm very grateful to have been asked to like kind of share that part of me. And yeah, I think I would love to hear how other people kind of tackle their mornings, how they start their day, and just feedback from that. So if you guys want to share it, definitely reach out to me. Emails, whiskeyandwe@gmail.com. So it'll be a great conversation. And I want to get inspired by how other people are starting their day and, getting through it with the positive attitude. So let me know. We can wrap up What's the Whiskey Friend with that. And, 2-second break. And when we come back, we got Keeping It Real. All right. We are back. Back to episode 34. We got Keeping It Real. And if I didn't keep it real in What's the Whiskey Friend, I guess I'm just going to have to keep it real now. So what I'm doing now, and I may continue doing it, I love asking these questions to my listeners and jumping into conversation about it in relation to how I view it. So I think I may keep that going for this segment. And the question that I want to ask next is, when's the last time you told someone you love them? And if you got to think about it for more than, I want to say, 3 seconds, then we got a problem. Life is too short, y'all. Life is too short. We should be telling people how much we love them more and more each day. And it doesn't have to be yeah, obviously, we know that there's different levels of love. It's not always going to be intimate. We got family love, we got friendship love. I love so many people genuinely that has been in and out of my life, even if it ended on bad terms because of the experience and the past that we've developed. So yeah, time is just too short, and I think we are too busy instilling a lot of hate in us for the people who have done us wrong, and the fake friends that we like to label and everything. If they're not working for you, then you obviously have a right to take your life on a different path for what's better for you, but you have to let that hate go. And it's time to express more love. I think when it comes to our family, even if you're not the closest with your family, I think it's always good to tell them how much you love them. And just, tomorrow's not promising. And I think I've always been the person to internally know that I love these people, but even my own fault, I haven't expressed it enough. Now, my mom, every time we end the conversation on the phone, we always say, I love you. And my brother, we always say, I love you to each other. And I think the wake up for me is for me to take it further is that when my mom had a stroke a month and a half ago. So my mom had a stroke, and if any of you know, my mom is not near me. She's in New Orleans with my brother. So I'm in New York. I'm on the other side of the country, and she is all the way down there. So getting in contact with my brother and him dealing with it, just I had to fly down there and I had to be with him, and it just gave me a realization of like, we get so caught up in the fastness of life, especially if you're in New York in the metro city. Everything goes by so fast. I feel like I just moved up here, and in August it's going to be 10 years already. So I've been in New York for 10 years, and I just got so caught up in just the evolving and adapting in the city, that I didn't realize that I'm not going to see my family enough. And I made this promise like to myself that I would go and see family more. And I think I was holding on to like even my outside family who I love dearly in New Orleans. I think I felt embarrassed in the sense that I lost contact with them after like Katrina and everything, and then moving to New York. And then also, my sexuality. I felt embarrassed with that. I felt like I didn't want to let anyone down, coming from a family where I was once on the honor roll. I was a black belt in karate and just doing so good. And it's no one's fault, obviously. Like, I know that it was something within me that I had to work on. I had to accept myself, and I had to kind of love myself in order to not let that mindset kind of toxin me in a way to make me think that that's the truth, because I know my family loves me, and I know my family accepts me for who I am no matter what. But I haven't been seeing them enough. I haven't been seeing them enough as I should. I haven't been taking trips enough as I should, and I promised myself that I would start doing that, because my mom having a stroke, she came out miraculously. Just she healed, and she's back to her normal self, back to being our loving mother, or our mother that'll give you shit if she needs to. But it's just a wake up call to be like, we need to cherish our loved ones more. We need to tell them how much we love them. Like, it can never be enough. You need to say it more, and we need to be conscious of. Sometimes it's not all about us. We need to serve ourselves to the people that we love and let them know, like, I'm here, anything you need. I'm thinking about you, and not always trying to not reaching out to them when it's something that pertains to you, because it's just selfish. And I think, yeah, we definitely need to say, I love you a little bit more. So y'all, my listeners, y'all already know I love y'all. I love y'all just for showing the support, just for giving me great feedback, and just standing behind me. So the love is definitely there. It's that genuine love that I am forever grateful for. And yeah, I think we can all just kind of reflect on when's the last time we told someone we love them. And then even take it a step further. When's the last time we did someone for someone else just to show them how much we love them? When's the last time you took your friend to a spa, let's say, or bought flowers for your coworker, I don't know, or took your parents out to dinner or cooked? There's so many ways to show how much you love someone, and it doesn't always have to be materialistic. It can be like just a picnic in the park, or um ooh, excuse me, man, whiskey, it's kicking in, giving me bubble guts. It could be something as simple as just a conversation, just showing the person how interested you are in them. And yeah, I mean, there's different levels to it. I just think we definitely get so consumed in what's going on in our day to day that we need to take a step back outside of ourselves and outside of our egos and our bubbles and look around us, because we're losing people left and right, and you don't want it to hit home when you realize that a person you loved, you weren't able to tell them how much you truly love them, and now it's too late. Now you can't tell them. So be conscious of that. When's the last time you told someone you love them? And like I said, if you got to sit there and think about it, then you need to start saying it right away. So with that, wraps up keeping it real. Let's jump into me versus the media. Now here I go. I'm about to do a flip. So y'all don't hate me, because I'm talking about, loving people and everything. This one for me versus the media. Obviously, it revolves around social media and what people do. So if you're going to say you're about to delete people, then just do it. Don't broadcast it. I don't know what your expectation is, but if you really feel like, okay, you got to cleanse, or even all the way down to, I've read, oh, people that don't like my pictures, people that don't show support, I'm just deleting them. Why announce it? Because you know what that makes it look like? It makes it look like you just want people to circle back around and give you attention on, oh, no, don't delete me. You want people to beg? I don't know. You want people to beg you not to delete them? I see that. This is where my petty boots. This must be a Capricorn thing. Because sometimes when I see stuff like that, I'll do you a favor. I'll delete you. I'll delete myself. And I've done that before. I've seen people post like, I'm about to delete people and this and that, and I'll be like, well, you don't have to worry about me. I'll just delete it, because I don't need that type of energy in my life. If you're gonna delete people, you should never have to broadcast it unless your intent is to get a reaction out of people and to get them to beg you or change your mind or whatever. But if you're certain you're going to make a decision to delete people, then you just do it. If I got to cleanse my Facebook or my Instagram, I don't announce it. I just do it. I just do it because if your intent is to better your life and your feed and everything, and to make it, more concise with what you want it to look like, then you should never feel obligated to tell other people why. And when you do that, it kind of makes it look like, well, what is your real meaning behind wanting to delete people? Maybe you're just feeling lonely and you have to let people know to get people to support you more? If that's the case, just ask. And then sometimes check yourself. Are you supporting people enough? Are you commenting enough, if that's what you really want? But I never got the whole public announcement of, I'm getting ready to cleanse, or by next year I'm cleansing my Facebook, or the ones that say I'm deleting it or I'm deactivating it. Just do it. Unless it's close people, you can send them a private message. But if you have a lot of followers and a lot of friends, do you really have to announce, oh, I'm about to deactivate it, I'll be back, or this and that? Everybody's so worried about themselves. Trust me, boo. Nobody's worried about you. So do what you got to do and just keep it moving. Do what you got to do, what's best for you, and just keep it moving. But it's not cute when you got to announce that you're about to do something like this. Like, you got to announce to the world that you're no longer about to be friends with this person or that person. It just, do better, okay? All right, y'all don't hate me, please, because I don't know who's this gonna hit and who's gonna feel some type of way listening to this. But all fun and games. So that wraps up another episode of Whiskey and We, episode 34. Yes. Plugs. Be sure to check out the IG. Be sure to check out the Twitter. I'm also on YouTube. Got the audio versions on there, so you can check me out on those three platforms. Any kind of feedback, like I mentioned, any kind of comments, definitely email me at whiskeyandwe@gmail. All feedback is welcome. I love it. Thank you for the support. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, and rate. Truly, truly appreciate it. And I truly appreciate the love that everyone has given me. So, with that being said, you all have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, please. Be safe. Don't do too many drugs. Make sure y'all stay hydrated. Make sure y'all get some naps or some sleep in. Make sure y'all get some substance in, because I know how y'all party. And if it's World Pride and it's going to be up to like 6 million people, oh, I think I'm actually going to leave the city. I think I'm probably going to go to you know what? I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to leave the city and I'm going to go to the beach. And that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to celebrate my pride. But anybody that's in the city, yes, have fun. Be around your loved ones. Tell them you love them. But most of all, be safe. And just know where you are and don't overdo it on drugs, liquor, alcohol, whatever. So strap it up too. Yeah. So y'all have fun. And oh yeah, this is the last episode for a couple weeks. So after that, have a wonderful July 4th as well. I know it falls on a weekday, but that never stopped us from getting down and doing what we got to do. So I will see you guys on the 26th when I return in a new place, in a new job, and hopefully in a new mindset. So yeah, you guys take care for the moment, and I will see you guys in a few weeks.